am really here to just share the presentation that we actually share with all of our business members as well. So we've been going into businesses now for about 6 months or so and sharing the conversation about why parents need to be involved with their children, with their grandchildren, with any of their littles in case they're big, with those students that they are really mentoring in regards to career conversations and life skill development. So we know that those are critical components as they are trying to go through this journey, through their K-12 journey, and really the indicator is we want to get them off the couch. So at graduation, we really want to make sure that they have some sort of plan. So you've been talking about academic and career planning, and Partners in Education has been talking about that same conversation that you've been having within your schools and how we can make it really a community-wide effort. So for our area, and that's really the Greater Green Bay area, the average age, if you do not have a plan upon graduating high school, bless you, is age 34. So at age 34, you kind of wake up and go, I really need to become something, and I got to figure out what that something is. So if you think about it, you're about 18 when you graduate high school. You can stay on your parents' insurance till about age 26, and you have to wait until age 34, essentially, to figure out that plan. But if you have a plan, you absolutely can start implementing that, and that's why it's a great thing that you guys are all leading them through those conversations within your schools, and now we just really want to get those parents engaged with those same types of conversations. So age 34, we would like to improve that record by all means and get them off the couch. So how is that going to work? So there are 4 steps to the academic and career planning, which is the exact same thing that we talk about with all of our parents within those businesses. So it is our responsibility as a parent to start helping our children know who they are. So you guys have a number of tools that you utilize through the school system. There's a number of free tools that are out there as well. But it's also us as a parent having conversations with our children and pointing out their strengths. They don't really always identify those strengths. And we want to make sure that we, as parents, make sure that we have those conversations and help them identify their strengths. And then the explore options. So we want to make sure when we're looking at all those different career possibilities that they are able to essentially cross things off their list, as well as circle and keep exploring those things that are of interest. And then from there, we really want to figure out, well, what is that plan? What does that plan look like for each one of these students, each one of our kids, to try to figure out what is that best possible future for them, and then finally, let's go. Let's go put that into action. Let's use our life skills, communication, problem solving, team building, critical thinking, our life skills, to really be successful in that journey. So those are those 4 steps. Again, nothing different than what you guys are teaching within your school. So parentsweneedyou.org, hopefully you have seen the site or seen reference to the site. I know that Luke has been sharing this out with the staff and the students and the parents in the area. We've been trying to get that out through the media as well. It's a website of free resources, helping guide those conversations for parents to have with their children. So it's a nice gentle reminder and a way for them to have those conversations if they're really not sure what to do. So the 4 stages, again, this is the Department of Public Instruction. This is their image. So again, we're not doing anything different than what you're already doing within your K-12 school system. So hopefully none of this is really new to you. But as we look at that very first step with knowing, again, as a parent, it's my job to make sure that I'm also having those conversations and pointing things out. It can be as simple as, wow, that was a really great word choice. Where did that word choice come from? You know, and connecting some of those dots. Wow, you really did step up and you helped assist maybe their younger sibling. Wow, that was really good. I'm so glad that you did that. What made you take that next step? I'm so glad that you're volunteering at whatever that location is. That's wonderful that you do that. I can see that you're really interested in people and that you're really good about having those conversations. Again, though, it's my job as a parent, too, to be involved and point those things out. Point out where their strengths are. Bless you. So as we, again, are going through and having all those assessments, because I know that you're using Zello, formerly Career Cruising, right, to have some of those career opportunities kind of pointed out, those skills and interests pointed out within the school system, it's the parent taking that next step to point out the things that they're very good at and seeing it in action. And it doesn't take long to do it. So when you're out on the website, you'll see an image that's out there, and it looks like this, and it's really trying to put the whole person together, right? Why do these things exist? Where are your strengths? Like, wow, you really are very good at math. Pointing that out. And I will tell you, as a former educator, I never tell my children that they're smart. They're hard learners, they are hard workers, they take the extra time, they go the extra effort. I never say, wow, you're really smart. Because I know that they can always learn more. I know that they can always go that next step. And I know that there's some challenges with the word smart. So I always want to make sure that I'm pointing out the things that they are very good at and trying to explain and have those conversations about, why do you think you enjoy that? Why is that an area of interest? My daughter reads a lot of math history books, and so we have a lot of conversations about, well, what did you just learn? Who did you just read about? Why did you think that they went down the road of trying the exploration and discovering that particular step? So I get it, not everybody reads math history books, but then you go ahead and you have those conversations about the things that they are doing, the things that they truly are interested in. Exploring. Again, there are 16 career clusters that they need to be exploring, right? No one has ever said for academic and career planning, you must choose your career today in 6th grade, right? What it is trying to figure out, here are your areas of interest, and here's that connection then with those particular careers. So within the 16 federal career clusters that we're using, there are hundreds of careers. So here's the opportunity to cross things off, so that when they get to the end of high school, maybe they only have 1, 2, or 3 career clusters of interest. The other thing, as I am going in and having conversations with our businesses, if you even look at your own journey, you probably haven't swayed far from a single career cluster. So when I look at my own journey in my professional career, I haven't really changed from the education and training. So yes, I have my bachelor's degree and master's degree in education, and it really has been through working in a high school, working in a middle school, also then working at a technical college, and now for the chamber in an area of education. It's all the same stuff. It might look different, my titles might look different, but I'm still in that same career cluster. So again, trying to figure out which career cluster is speaking to that K-12 student, so to that student, where are their strengths and what does it really signify as a career option for them. Planning. I appreciate the fact that we are very social people. But as a parent, when my children are trying to pick out classes at middle school and high school, it is up to me to have those conversations of, is that really a class that you would enjoy? Or is it because your best friend is taking that class? Okay. In the middle and high school, you have a few choices in middle school, right? And a lot more choices in high school. So as you are looking at trying to plan out what's going to fit your schedule, where are your areas of interest, and what courses you should take, try to figure out, well, really, what does that plan look like for you, not for your best friend. So take advantage of that. Make sure that you cross things off as you go along if it doesn't really fit. And also make sure that you do a deeper exploration if it does fit and find out what those career opportunities are. The other thing with planning is also what kind of volunteer opportunities can you do? What kind of clubs? What kind of activities? I know that we all have the sports opportunities. You have, not only within your high school, you also have the clubs that are out there that they can be on traveling teams, all associated with sports. But you also have the business opportunities, mock trial, you can run for student council. You can also volunteer and be a big to a little if you really want to get involved with young children. You can volunteer at a library. Taking advantage of those things that are in front of you and really trying to plan out what are those options so that you can do a deeper exploration all fits together to help you have that successful plan. It also helps you in saying, gosh, I just don't know what I want to do, so let me try this. Let me try that next thing. And again, keep coming closer and closer and refining and trying to figure out what is going to be that best fit. The other piece with this, oops, I'm going to go back one, is that when you are planning, also taking a look at what does that day look like for that particular career. So does that career allow you to go hunting, right? Does it close down so that you can actually take that time or take that vacation? So looking at the things that really are talking to your passions, in case your position is not your passion, but some of those hobbies. Also looking at that pay scale to see, oh gosh, you know what, I'm not going to make enough money to get to those dream opportunities. So when you are looking at what you like to do for fun, again, is it that you would like to have the big truck and do the monster truck races, right? The mud pit racing, I think, is the big thing right now, the deep holes with mud. Like, is your job going to pay enough so that you can actually purchase the truck so that you can win the mud pit events and be victorious on the other end, right? So again, a lot to think about as they're trying to figure out what do they want their life to look like. On the Department of Public Instruction website, the goal says, now go put it into action and recalculate. So start at the beginning if that's not really the right career for you. When we have the conversation about go, we always think about it as now go with those life skills in mind. So go and be the best person that you can be. Be the best communicator that you can be accountable, be respectful, be responsible. It's all of the things that you've been teaching them. Now go and do that in the real world, right? Everything that you're doing connects with who we would like working in our community and being part of the community. And life skills definitely are a connector. So as we think about those life skills, and these are just some of them, those are the things that are going to help them both on their professional journey, but also with their personal journey. So as long as their family knows, hey, you're going to actually tell me where you are. You're going to tell me what your plan is. You're going to share with me what your goals are. We're going to work together on particular items. So again, putting all those life skills into action. So hopefully you've seen the parentsweneedyou.org commercials that we have out there. The public service announcements have been playing on all of the channels and a lot on Channel 11. We are very indebted to them for helping create those public service announcements. They've been out there for a little over a year now and have gained some traction. So hopefully you have seen them. Maybe you've seen the billboard that we had on 172 over the summer with the Green Bay Area Public Schools on there as well. So a lot of different pieces that go into the parentsweneedyou.org site. The idea is that really, I don't care if you go to the site, but it gives you a set of resources. What we care about is that you're having conversations with your kids. So especially as a parent, trying to help them understand and connect and have those conversations about what their future could look like. So one, that they have a plan. Two, that they get off your couch. And three, that they're doing something that they really enjoy. So they can be, again, that best person. So those are really the ultimate goals. It makes it easy for us to get numbers as to who has all been out on the site, how many are out there, how often they're out there, the duration that they're out on the site. So that's why we have it, and we also have it there in case you have no idea where to start. So I will share a few things. So one, we do the Find Your Inspiration event with our high school, well, with our 8th graders. So we just did that, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. Our 8th graders have really had a great experience with trying to solidify then some of the things that they are able to do right here in the greater Green Bay area. So they're able to connect and figure out this is something that engages them, that they're interested in, and really it's going to be putting the full picture together so that they know what they can do in high school for coursework, what they have to do post-secondary to attain that credential to be successful, and they know employers in the area that could actually hire them. So through that Find Your Inspiration event, a couple of years ago, we had a parent that shared this story with us, and his son went to the Find Your Inspiration event, and then on Saturday, his father was driving him to his soccer game. And so his dad pulled over and said, hey, what did you say that you wanted to be? And he said, I want to be a lines person. I know that I can work at WPS, I know that I can get a degree from NWTC, and I know that it's only going to take me a year to get that degree, and I know the wage that I'm going to be making. And he goes, yeah. So did you see that truck right over there? And he goes to his son, and his son said, yeah, that's the WPS truck. I want to work there one day. He goes, yeah, what day is it? And he said, Saturday. Yeah, we're taking you to your soccer game. Lines people work whenever there is a storm, whenever something goes wrong, whenever there's a fire, so they're on call. So knowing that about the position in the career area that you are interested in being part of, his father then said, hey, don't forget, if you had shared with me that you really want to coach soccer when you get older, you might not be able to in that particular career unless you get a whole bunch of other people to help you coach, because sometimes you're going to be called and you're going to have to go to work, because that's what lines people do. So again, trying to connect those dots. The other piece that I can share as well is that when you are helping have those conversations with your children, don't forget it's not just about going to school every day and taking advantage of those courses. It's also about the volunteering opportunities. It's the clubs, it's the activities, it's those things that will help engage you a little bit differently, but it's also about different vacations. So even when I look at my own kids, this past summer when we decided where we were going to go, everyone had a voice. They all got to choose something different that they really wanted to learn more about. So my daughter likes horses, so we went to a horse park. My son really likes Abraham Lincoln, so we went to Abraham Lincoln's birthplace. So again, trying to engage them a little bit differently, trying to follow their interests to know maybe there's a career there if that's their area of interest. So maybe there's potential that my son will run for office one day. He's also run for student council already, so I said, I get that you really like Abraham Lincoln, and he did great things. So absolutely, these are the things that you can engage with. So I've also given him opportunities to talk to a registered lobbyist. I've also given him opportunities to talk to our state legislators. So again, trying to engage him a little bit differently to see, is that what he wants to do? With my daughter, she's saying, I like horses, but I don't want a career in horses. But I would like to own a horse, and I would love to do any of those competitions. And I said, okay, so how does that best fit? So she said, I really like animals. I like what it is that they do to really help the environment. And I said, okay, so let's look at some of the sciences, and let's look at some opportunities to put that together. So she's had conversations with places like Nature's Way. She's had conversations with people that work at Schreiber in their labs. She's had a conversation with a veterinarian. So again, trying to engage her so that she can figure out, does this work? Now I get that not everybody does that, but those are definitely opportunities that kids need to have should have, and have those ways to really decide, does this fit or doesn't this? All right. The other piece too is just don't forget you can also look at the military options. There's a ton of military options. And I will say, in case you guys didn't know, because it was something that I had learned along the way too, is that an Eagle Scout or a Gold Scout from the Girl Scouts, both of them will start in higher rank for the military. They also automatically, if they apply, there are certain employers that will automatically interview them because of them completing their credential. The highest credential in the Scouts BSA and the highest credential in Girl Scouts. So it's an awareness. You also have a very strong FFA program. Huge leadership opportunity, right? So there are so many different pieces where they can step up and really showcase their talents as a leader, or really learn that they're really good about the data, they're really good with preparing presentations, but maybe they're not the ones that are delivering those presentations. So they learn those strengths through those different opportunities. They do that in your classrooms as well. So again, pointing those things out. When I was at NWTC, one of the programs that was started was a manufacturing management program. When I was working with the instructors on their curriculum, I said, how many students do you think you have right now that could fit into this program? And they started naming the students by name. And I said, so have you told those students that they would be really good leaders? And they said, oh, no, wouldn't ever want to do that. Don't want to, point them out and, make them stand out. And I thought, yeah, if you never tell them, how would they know that you believe that they have the skills and that you've been in that workplace and you know that this is what they need to be successful, they have those skills. It's our job as parents that we point those out for our kids as well. And you as a teacher, pointing that out to your students. Like, I can see that you have an amazing artistic talent. I can see that you can play that instrument extremely well. I can see that you're very dedicated. And I know that you do those little, I'm assuming PBIS, the little tags for being responsible and respectful. That's great. Telling the student why they got that is wonderful. As a parent then, it's my job to say, how was your day? Tell me something that you learned today. And did you get one of those tickets? Okay, why did you get the ticket? I know that on a few occasions, even with my own kids, they're like, I don't really know why I got it. Somebody handed it to me. And I thought, oh, that's not what we want. We want to make sure that they know what their behavior was that was being really excelling above and beyond and meeting or going above those expectations, right? So without that, just like an employer, I'm sure that you've all done your performance reviews, right? So your principal will come in, your superintendent will come in, maybe your teaching and learning staff will come in and do those performance reviews. Oftentimes they will probably point out those things that you've really done well, and you may sit back and go, I don't even know that I did that. It's the same thing with your kids. If you don't point it out, no one else is going to point that out for them. So it's our responsibility. All right, I want to show you just a little bit of the website because I know that we're very close on time. But when you come out to the Parents We Need You site, it's a very simplistic site. The No Explore Plan Go is all out here, and then some prompting questions as well, and some resources at the bottom. All of these are clickable so that you can get to some of those questions. Up here we have some table tents with those same types of questions. We also have bookmarks as well to try to, again, get parents out there for those resources that they need. And because you are educators, this all links back to the findyourinspiration.careers site, where you can go and explore the businesses that would love to come into your classrooms or have students come and have conversations with them. So that's what I use to try to engage my kids, to get them to reach out to these subject matter experts and have a conversation of what does it take to be you. We had a youth apprenticeship student last year that really wanted to be a veterinarian. So she worked at the chamber because she goes, one day I want to own my own business. So that worked out really well. But then she had a conversation with a vet and asked a recent graduate from veterinarian school and said, so what are the classes that I should take? How should I pace myself out? What were the things that you really wanted to take a deeper dive on, but you missed that opportunity when you were in college? So again, having those explanations from somebody that is a subject matter expert will be a critical component for them to be successful and get to their career a little bit faster and with less debt, right? All right. What questions do you have? You're all going to do a mindfulness technique for me? I love mindfulness. I think it's a great strategy, especially when you're in a stressful situation. And for kids, it's a huge benefit. And actually, many of our employers also have rooms for mindfulness, just so you're aware. Yeah. I'm going to throw a few facts out there since you have no questions, and a few things just so that people realize that a lot of the careers that are available, they are all 16 career clusters are available in the greater Green Bay area. So because we just had Halloween, there is the company that makes the majority of candy wrappers. They're located in De Pere. Does anybody know the name of that company? Bellmark. Awesome. Very cool. So again, Bellmark is expanding. They'll be hiring more people. They expanded out to Shawano as well. But Bellmark makes a lot of those candy wrappers, plus a whole bunch of other things. Let's see. We have a company that makes all the Gatorade bottles. Yeah, Luxembourg's plastic place. It's called NEW Plastics for Northeast Wisconsin, right? So it's just in Luxembourg. We have the company that designs all of the Monopoly game pieces for McDonald's. What was that?
Wisconsin label.
It is not Wisconsin label. That one I actually can't tell you unless you already know it. Because that's actually a hidden secret. It came from a whole other state because they couldn't keep their mouth shut about who was that winning person who had that design work. So it's here in Green Bay. We also have, if you're thinking military, we actually have the company that creates a lot of the military medals. You guys know who that is? Yeah, Metalcraft Mint does a lot of those. We have the company that creates the Subway napkins, the Subway wraps. Okay, I don't drink coffee. Starbucks napkins as well, along with toilet paper, Angel Soft. Georgia Pacific, very good, excellent. Yeah, so again, a lot of things that are going on right here in the greater Green Bay area, and all those companies need people that are in marketing, finance, IT, HR. So knowing that all of those companies exist and that they need those central positions, and then you would have the specific ones, like Schreiber really does need the chemists. They hire a ton of people that have doctorate degrees in chemistry. We also have Georgia Pacific that does all their research and development here. Again, people don't realize we have a lot of people with PhDs that are working in industry. So again, reaching out and having those conversations is a big deal. All right, with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for your time.